Here we are, BBC Radio Stoke, 28 minutes past 1. In the studio with me, Ben Riley, accomplished artist of this parish. Hi, Ben, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Very good. Good to have you on this afternoon.
Yep.
So you're from around here. You sell out all over the world now, but you're one of us, aren't you? You're local.
Yes, I am, yeah.
Where are you
Very
from
much
then?
so. I'm from Audley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And proper. Now it's quite difficult doing art on the radio.
It is, yeah.
Because we can't see it.
Yeah,
all right?
especially what I do. It's very hard to describe. Yeah.
Okay, now what I was saying earlier on, I said if you got a pile of old records, not doing anything with, smash them all up, and you could make something great out of them, and maybe make thousands of pounds. Who knows?
You make it sound very easy. Yeah.
And this is so you're doing. I would describe, the easy way to describe. I thought Andy Warhol sort of pop art kind of thing, but that's only half the. It's not. You don't really like that as a description, do you?
It's very hard to kind of categorise it. It's like contemporary art, but it's something that I've developed myself. No one else in the world does it, so it's very, very original, and it's like I say, very hard to categorise. And you've
just flown in from Miami in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Back home for Christmas.
Just woken up. Yeah. And still feel asleep.
Okay. Yeah. So you do pictures. You draw pictures, paint pictures of famous people, Stevie Wonder, Frank Sinatra, whatever it would be, icons of music.
I don't paint them though.
Yeah. Okay. You don't paint. They look to my eye like photographs of them, not in real life. Okay. They look like sort of pencil or pen drawings in black and white.
Yeah.
But that's not the case.
No, not at all.
So what is it?
Basically, I draw the image out on a canvas and then start layering up broken records that I smash up randomly. Sorry to everyone that's a fan of records, but I like breaking them. And basically then I grind them down, smash them down with any means I find closest to me, and then paint, glue onto the canvas. No brushes touch the canvas, and then I layer up the ground down records, and like you say, they end up looking photographic.
Yeah, it's like grainy, like a grainy photograph.
Yeah,
but you break them up. How small are you breaking up these records?
Goes to almost to kind of a sand kind of consistency. And a bit kind of more ground down than that sometimes. And it's all random. If you look very close at my pieces, they look like almost like a volcanic kind of skyline. It's really interesting, yeah.
And then there's parts of the art that is you got more of the record.
Yes.
It. So there's some real small bits, and then there's some bigger bits.
The dark kind of shadowy areas are built up with big pieces of ground down records, where some of them I leave the labels on, which gives a touch of colour. But a lot of people do like records that question me about it. I say I'm kind of giving the records a new life, because otherwise they'd be stuck in someone's loft or in a charity shop or something. I'm immortalising the records, and it's music making the art.
And so for example, you got Stevie Wonder, Stevie Wonder. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have to use Stevie Wonder records?
No, I do in America. I do. When I do shows in America, I kind of tend to use the artist's records just to give it that much more kind of a personal touch.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did he come up with this idea?
My granddad was throwing a whole box of records away once, and he told my dad to put them in the skip at the shop kind of thing that they own, and my dad decided to keep them to one side. I don't know if he had some feeling about it or what it was, but I was at the time painting portraits of icons, and I had about a year off, and then one day I kind of woke up and I thought, how about if I use music to make my art? Mm-hmm. And I came across this box of records, and I told my mum and dad about it, and they thought I was just stupid, I think. And then Yeah, I just kind of I decided to make a piece but use no glue just in case I was going to like waste a canvas. And about 350 to 400 pieces later, I'm like full steam ahead.
Yeah.
Around the world, which is brilliant.
How big are these things?
40 by 30 is the general size of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've sold to all sorts of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute, okay? 'Cause this is fascinating stuff, okay? Hold on there, okay? BBC Radio Stoke. We've got local artist Ben Riley with us in the studio at the moment, fresh from Miami. How very cool is that? He's still jet-lagged.
Yeah,
okay.
Very.
And you were telling us about these bits of art that are not paintings, they're not drawings, they're bits of records stuck on a bit of canvas to look like famous people.
Yeah.
And they look like drawings of, or paintings, art of these famous people. So how many records would you use to do a piece?
I'd say about 8 or 10 pieces, sometimes 12.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you grind them down quite small, you can get quite a lot of...
Yeah.
You can't use any record. You've got to use a specific sort of record.
Yeah, it's the old Bakelite records from the 1930s, 20s, 40s.
Oh, so it's the 78s?
Yeah, the 78s, yeah.
And are they readily available or getting harder?
You can pick up like big batches on eBay, and that's what I tend to do. And sometimes I get people... that are fans on my page. I don't like calling them fans, but that'll say I've got a bunch of records you can have, which is really good.
And so a modern day record, but a modern day record don't work.
No, I kind of tried bending one once and it smacked me back in the face. And I thought, no, that's karma telling me not to do that with new records.
Now you've sold your artwork to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go local to start with. Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
So you've done one of him. And was that for him?
That was actually a painting I did before I did these. His mum picked it up and from it was a furniture shop in Kidsgrove actually.
Yeah.
And she told me that it's in his LA mansion, apparently.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And now these things you're doing now with the records, you're selling these all over the world, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
I mean, you've got an exhibition in Miami at the moment.
Yeah.
You got one coming up somewhere else as well.
Yeah, I've got. I'm in the process of sorting one out with a gallery in New York. They want to fill their gallery with my pieces. I've just been picked up by the Moose Gallery, which is the biggest music-themed gallery in the world, one of. That's in Beverly Hills in Los Angeles, California.
Wow.
Which is biggest thing I've done yet to date. They've got them in the entrance. I've just been sent a photo. I've got some in Dallas and Montreal.
Who's buying your kind of stuff?
All sorts of people. All sorts of people.
Anybody we've heard of?
I'm like I say, I'm a bit jet lagged. I can't think of names off the top of my head, but there's been some international football players that have got my work. I've done work for the connections to Brian Jones from the Rolling Stones. I've done one for Ronnie Wood out of the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. Was that one of him?
Yes, it was. Brian May out of Queen.
Wow. And do these people contact you? How do these people find you?
It's just purely through when I came up with the idea. I first approached a gallery locally, and they kind of took me on and then dropped me. So it kind of gave me the inspiration to find an agent or a publisher. So I got picked up by a publisher in Milton Keynes, and then they basically distributed my artwork all around like London area, some up north as well, but mainly in London. And I've done like sell-out shows in Surrey, Kent, St Albans, and people like you don't realise the people that see them in these galleries, and like they've got interior designers that pick them up for them. Like Ollie Murs has picked up 3 of them in Surrey, and yeah, it's kind of just blown up a bit.
Hey,
yeah.
I don't know, we've got more to talk about. Okay, let's do a bit of travel news.
Okay.
Coming up right. Ben Riley with us at the moment, local artist. Seems to be doing pretty well for himself. Some really interesting artwork coming out of Ben. Let's get the latest on the road. Here's Louisa. So local artist Ben Riley in the studio with me at the moment. He has, you can't call them paintings, makes art out of old records is what you do, okay? And you're from round here.
Yeah.
So you went to school around here then?
Clayton High.
Clayton High, okay.
Yeah.
Were you always a bit of an arty there?
I was, and my art teacher told me that I'd never sell anything in my life, which I've given him enough airtime, really, but yeah.
Yeah. And so did you go to art college or what?
I went on to Newcastle College, but I didn't do art there. I did a year of art there, and I did about a week of general BTEC in art, and the first week they were telling me how to and how not to paint, and I just thought I didn't agree with that, so I wanted to teach myself and learn, how to do art, because I don't think art should have the boundaries of a lecturer telling you what's right and what's wrong. So
you're a bit of a troublemaker, were you then?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm just kind of strong-minded and strong-willed, and I know kind of I've got values in how I believe art.
And being an artist, I mean, it's impossible. To make a living, isn't it? Because you've heard of artists, they're all poor, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the
unless
other.
You die,
the other
you get rich then,
Exactly. It's that's what I've found. A lot of people that I've known over the years have kind of said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to university and doing art," and then at the end of it, they end up in Tesco stacking shelves, and they don't teach how to kind of make a living out of it. And that's another thing I've done is I've kind of researched and built a living out of it, and that's been off my own back rather than someone telling me how. So
it's not very arty to do that, is it?
No,
to be arty, it's a bit. You got to be a bit dizzy, a bit.
Yeah. You've got to be a bit business minded about it, and a lot of people think, oh, he's an artist, he'll do a free picture for me, and and it just doesn't work like that. You can't be taking advantage of it. It's not all bohemian.
Yeah. So you make these bits of art. So how big are they? Because you describe how big they are.
I'd say about 4 foot by 2.5 foot wide.
So big pieces then.
Yeah, pretty big. Yeah, and like I say, I've just done a show in the Hard Rock Cafe, and
this is Miami.
Yeah, in Miami. Yeah, and they were actually asking for if I could do bigger pieces, because I spoke to the general manager of all the Hard Rocks in America, which was pretty big. I didn't expect he was going to come down, but he was talking about the casinos and the hotels. So I don't know if there's going to be some kind of deal cut with that, but that would just make me if that happens.
Yeah, because for one bit of artwork that sort of size, what's it going to set us back?
The retail price is between £1,300 to up to about, I think the biggest selling piece I've done was about £3,000 or £4,000.
Yeah,
something like that. But that's kind of the general retail. But I'd like to eventually get to the point where I could start a foundation to help kids to kind of bring out the art side, the thing I didn't have when all I had was a teacher telling me that I was rubbish. I'd like to start Riley Foundation or something where I can go out and just help children in the community, kids, teenagers, to kind of and show them how you can actually make a living from it.
I hope you're not going to tell these kids how to do it.
No, I won't. No, I won't ever do that. I've been asked to do a live demonstration. I did a live demonstration at the Hard Rock, but told people to stand back a bit.
Yeah, why? It makes a lot of mess.
It can make a lot of mess, and I don't want people to see exactly how I do it.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
And do people come to you and say, "Can you do me one of Frank Sinatra or whatever?"
Yeah. I think more or less every commission I've had, someone's given me a photo and just said, "Could you do this?" Or "Could you do this picture with him doing this in it?" Or kind of alter it round a bit. And that's basically how I work. Yeah. Or people will see a picture that I've done in a gallery and said, "Can you do another one of those?" Which, the biggest selling one has been Frank Sinatra. I must have done about getting on it for 100 of.
But they're all basic, so they're all unique.
Oh yeah, they're all. None of them can possibly be the same. All of them are slightly different. It's impossible to recreate exactly the same.
And on these you've just come in. You've got a set of records that you've smashed up, broken up, sometimes mashed up, and you've made in effect what looks like a picture of a person. But does it come out as well? Because do people feel them?
Yeah, definitely. It's if you look close up or to the side, you can see the actual records stacked up, built up into kind of almost like a rocky formation. If you look close up, it's interesting. Yeah, it's because each piece is completely different from each angle, whereas a painting is very flat and these are like really interesting in each different angle, and also when the light hits a record, it shines, and then in another light, it's different in every single angle. Every single one's different, and that's what makes the whole thing be even more unique, the whole concept.
Are you making them here? You make them here in Staffordshire?
Yeah. Audley, Humble Audley.
Humbly Audley. Around the world.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What a great story.
Yep.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And let's hope the Hard Rock deal comes off.
Hopefully, yeah.
Remember us, won't you, in dear old Stoke-on-Trent?
Of course.
Never forget. And have a good Christmas here.
Thank you very much.
Get over your jet lag. Ben Riley is the guy. And then we'll look at some of Ben's art. BenRileyArt.com.
That's one.
Is the place to go and have a quick look. Thank you very much, Ben. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.